We want to build something big. The 10,000 site would be generating something around 250, 272 million. Times EBITDA that I just mentioned, 50%. So the company is looking forward for huge growth and probably that 10x that you were talking about, it will be another 10x if we are able to achieve all of this.
Now joining me is Francis Létourneau. He's the CEO of NuRAN Wireless Inc., trades on the CSE under the symbol NUR, and trades in the United States under the symbol NRRWF. Francis, welcome back.
Thank you for having me on video this time.
Yeah, you bet.
I'm in Toronto.
Yeah.
We're running a investor roadshow during the week.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, it's been, what has it been, 3 years since we last saw each other? I mean, the NuRAN story's been cooking along for 3 years. I've been in it and out of it probably 3 times, and I was recently surprised to see the stock doing really well. So let's start, just for our audience who might not know the story, let's start with an overview. What is the business of NuRAN Wireless?
The business of NuRAN Wireless, we're in the telecom space. So we are building telecom tower. We're I would say a tower co that also drives the network equipment. So we come and serve the mobile network operator, expand their network in the rural space mainly. And we're pretty active in Africa these days. Sure.
So you are focused on servicing the areas where the big wireless telcos don't exist.
Exactement. So exactly. So that's the thing. We are an extension of TELUS, for example. But in our case, we're talking about Orange, or it could be MTN, Airtel, Vodafone. So where they don't go, we go. And we make a good collaboration, and we bring back revenue. So they expand their market share, they expand their number of subscribers, and we are right in the middle of it, and we share those revenue together.
You bet.
So we made some kind of a major shift since I joined as CEO of the company last year, exactly at the same time. It was like a beginning of September. And we made that shift to become a network as a service company. So we come, invest, put the infrastructure, we manage it, and we also the airtime to the site. So we manage everything from A to Z, including the connection to the backhaul. We are, in a nutshell, an operator ourselves, but we operate under the Orange brand, if I may say that.
Okay, so is that the main change that's happened in 3 years? I mean, the stock's basically done a 10x increase in value in the last year. Is it the transition to network as a service that has caused this explosion in price?
Exactly. We had developed the probably the best or the best purposely built product for that market. But bottom line, the investment was just not there. So we needed to make some kind of a business shift and becoming this network as a service. It serves a couple of purposes. First of all, we now have the ability to raise capital and to put those on infrastructure on. But the other thing also is that instead of waiting for people to buy your equipment, you then control your entire sales cycle. You're the one investing. You go and you deploy those network, and this is how we have built our thing. And this is really the shift that brought us here. So we signed the first contract last year. It was signed on the 4th or 5th of September with Orange Cameroon for 122 sites. A site is the tower, the fence, the power, the satellite equipment. So it's what you see on the roadside when you are driving, for example. You see those large towers. That's exactly what we do today.
Okay.
But that shift that we've done is now creating value for our shareholder, because we have switched from a CapEx selling products to a more sustainable, predictable revenue stream for the company. So it creates more value, and the EBITDA is quite fantastic.
Fantastic. So how many countries are you in now? How many people are you serving? What's the sort of stats on the company?
Yes, so that's a really good question. This is exactly where I wanted to go with you this morning. So we had our first contract of 122 site with Orange Cameroon. We are on the verge in the next 6 weeks to have 48 sites deployed and the remaining of the 122 site done before year end. And these sites will be generating $20,000 a year. So times 120, it's around 2.4 million. Generating an EBITDA of 50%, so it's pretty good in terms of return on investment. Usually, the payback period is extremely short, and everything has been financed through private placement. We are right now working through restructuring the debt for this. But mainly when you start deploying, you have roughly $20,000 per year of revenue. And that's usually in a 10-year contract mode. And we also have another batch of 120 planned for next year. Surfing just for Cameroon on 2.4 million, probably times 2 with the 120 sites, times 50% for EBITDA. But most likely it's the big contract that changed the whole thing that happens with DRC in February that has completely changed the picture of the company. 2,000 sites, so it's almost 10 times what Cameroon is going to be. So we're expecting $50 million of revenue out of those 2,000 sites when they are fully operating, $25 million of EBITDA. So if you sum it up with what will happen in Cameroon, it's like $55 million, and on and on. So our objective is to build 10,000 of those sites over the next 5 years. We have a growing pipeline. We are in proposal stage with large MNO, including MTN, Orange, Vodacom. So a lot to come for us, and it's happening hopefully very soon.
Yeah. My observation of the wireless telco industry is that the big operators like to buy companies like NuRAN, who take the time and raise the money to deploy the infrastructure. Have you had any interest from major telcos yet, or are there any partnerships in place with any major telcos that might be indicative of a future buy?
If it comes, it will not come by the operator, but the operator really likes the fact that we're building asset, and those assets could be transferred to the operator themselves. We are more a target for tower companies, I would say, or satellite company, and those are big boys. And actually, we just made a strategic partnership with a satellite company called Amos Spacecom that was announced in July. Part of a private placement we did. So they came in with 4 million, and that 4 million, they requested that it go straight into building sites for DRC. DRC stands for Democratic Republic of the Congo. But Amos is here. They've been invested. They are now 9% shareholder of the company, and they could be that kind of guy that will acquire the company because they want to expand their business. But down the road, it's not in our plan to have a phasing out of the company. We want to build something big. The 10,000 site would be generating something around 272 million. Times EBITDA that I just mentioned, 50%. So the company is looking forward for huge growth, and probably that 10x that you were talking about, it will be another 10x if we are able to achieve all of this.
Sure.
And we are fully dedicated and committed to make that happen.
Yeah, you guys have been persistent in this goal, and that's why I'm really happy to be having this conversation again, is because what was told to me by the former CEO Renee and you guys previously is essentially what you said you were going to do. And so my level of confidence in you achieving this is gone way up. And I have to disclose that I'm not a shareholder at this point, though I'm looking at becoming one. Though I'm looking at the stock, it's been under a little bit of pressure recently, and I'm thinking to myself, should I be buying it now, or is it going to continue to give me an opportunity at a lower price? I'm also, like everybody, a little bit of FOMO. Am I going to miss the boat if it takes off?
Yeah, so there are contracts that will be coming. Obviously, we've been working with those large telcos. So I think the drop down was maybe mainly due to it's summertime. It's been pretty quiet. There has not been any major announcement, but there will be some of these announcements that will come shortly. We are also working on debt package to refinance Cameroon and DRC as well, and we have recently done a video. Jim, our CFO, has done that with Frank Candido. And they've been talking about the new capital structure we're trying to create to bring debt in the company, avoiding dilution. So should we avoid dilution, then at the end of the day, it creates more value for the shareholders. So the stock should go up, but I shouldn't be disclosing or talking about how the stock should behave. But between you and me, it's the right timing for somebody to jump in. Hence the reason for doing that roadshow this week.
You bet. Okay, so then what are the major catalysts for the rest of 2021 and into 2022? What are the targets that you are confident you're going to achieve in terms of corporate milestones?
So First Sight Live, this is extremely important. It will validate the business case. It will demonstrate to people that our assumptions for number works, first of all. Second thing is the debt structure we're putting in place, because should the investors see that we have a way forward with the debt, that will create a huge humph to the stock. But the other thing is all the contracts and the name with whom we are discussing. The 10,000 site, it's not a dream. It's something realistic. There's 30,000 sites to be built in Africa based on GSMA and Tower Exchange survey. And we aim to do 1/3, if not more, of this. And the new products we've launched allow us to go in Latin America and Asia Pacific as well. So bottom line, there will be multiple catalysts, I would say, in the coming weeks, James.
You bet. All right, Francis, great catch up. I'm going to be following with interest, might become a buyer of the stock. We'll talk soon. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much.